Hi, in this video we're going to go over descriptive statistics, how to for categorical variables and quantitative variables. Data can be organized into variables which can be either categorical or quantitative. We're going to go over categorical variables first. A categorical variable is a variable which puts an individual or item into one of several groups or categories based on qualitative properties. An example of a categorical variable would be hair color, which can be categorized into brown, dark brown, black, and blonde. Similarly, eye color can be blue, brown, gray, hazel. Race can be white, black, Asian. Housing, you could own property, pay rent, or live for free. How do you summarize categorical variables? You can do it through numerical summaries, which would be a frequency table, or visual summaries like a pie chart and a bar graph. As you can see right here, it's presented in those three ways. 96 people live for free, which is 10.67% of the total. 641 own, which is 71.22%. And 163 pay rent, which is 18.11%. On the right, you can see a pie chart, which is easier to read. You can see the distribution right away. On the bottom is a bar graph. A bar graph would be better to use if you have a lot of categories. The count is on the y-axis. And these are the three ways you can summarize categorical variables.
Quantitative variables. A quantitative variable is a variable which takes on a numerical value for which arithmetic operations such as adding and averaging make sense. Some examples: number of files in a directory, number of shirts you own, number of cars you own, a country's population, the number of people in a country, or a person's weight. How do we summarize quantitative variables? Well, typically with a histogram. Histogram is a graphical representation of the distribution of the data. This is a means by which we can provide a nice visual instead of just looking at raw numbers. Interpreting the data. This is typically how we interpret variables graphically. This is a more granular representation as opposed to the histogram. On the left here we have what's a normal or a bell-shaped curve, and this data is representing symmetrical data. In the center here we have a positive skew, which is indicative of data which is favoring a positive direction, and on the right we have a negative skew, which is leaning in the negative direction.